In today's episode, let's discuss all about idioms. What exactly is idioms? Idioms are phrases or a sentence that we usually use in daily life conversations, which actually has a far meaning from its original meaning, which we'll discuss later on. So in today's episode, we'll discuss about the basics of idioms, some notes when learning and using idioms in everyday life conversation, and of course, in the last part, I will definitely show you some of the most common idioms that you will always see when we are talking so that we can make our conversations every day more creative and boost our communication skills. So, first off, the basics. Now, idioms do not make sense when translated word by word. It will only make sense when combined into a full sentence. So, for example, I have this idiom, which is kick the bucket. If we translated it word by word into its original meaning, it actually meant kick the bucket. Normally, nothing happened. Those are three simple words kick the bucket, but it actually meant passed away or die. So when you say that he kicked the bucket last week, means that he passed away last week, not actually he kicked the real bucket. Although this phrases does have does vary its meaning in different contexts. For example, if you want to say a person who passed away, you will use the term kick the bucket. But if you want to just describe someone who actually kicks the bucket, you'll just say he kicks the bucket. So it will depend in different contexts, which we will say in some notes when learning and using idioms. Is that number one, learn how to use it in different contexts and different situations. So, for example, idioms, we'll have to use idiom in a suitable context to prevent misunderstanding. For example, I say that he kicks the bucket last week. Nobody will understand whether he actually kicks the real bucket or he passed away. So remember to use it in a suitable context to prevent misunderstanding. For example, a piece of cake means easy. It will depend in different contexts. If you say this is a piece of cake and you point to a real piece of cake, then everyone will understand that this is a piece of cake. It is actually a piece of cake. But if you want to say something is so easy, phenomenal easy, then you can use the term a piece of cake. So it will vary in different contexts and different situations. Number two is regular practice. It usually used in daily life conversations and is rarely or never used in writing, especially in formal writing. We don't always or actually never use the term kick the bucket or a piece of cake. We usually use more formal vocabularies and grammar. So remember that don't usually or just never use those idioms in writing, but you can definitely use those in daily life conversations. There are a lot of source to learn idioms. For example, through movies, through books sometimes when in short stories there are some characters lines, or through the news. There are a lot of source for you to learn idioms, especially useful one. Next note is avoid using too much. Even though using idioms can make a conversation more creative and shows that you are like a fluent speaker, but sometimes using too much idioms can be unnatural. So remember to use it naturally and do not overuse the idioms. For example, every time you wish someone good luck, you say break a leg. It's okay to use break a leg, but using it too much can be very unnatural. So remember to use idioms in the most natural way possible. And remember, do not overuse it. And finally is know some common idioms, which I will definitely introduce you some common idioms right away. Let's get started. So one of the most common idioms is break the leg, means good luck. If you want to wish someone good luck before a competition or before they have something important or essential in their lives, you'll say break a leg. Break a leg means good luck. Remember, it does not mean that you want someone to break a leg. It means you wish someone to good luck in a test or in a competition. So, break a leg in your English journey. The second one is a piece of cake. Means so easy like eating cakes or sweets. This exercise is a piece of cake. Learning idioms is a piece of cake. Or learning English is a piece of cake. So, a piece of cake means easy, extra easy. The third one is here, cost an arm and a leg. Now, this one, can you guess the meaning of cost an arm and a leg? Now, if we understand it in the original way, it means that like our arm and leg cost something. Well, actually, cost an arm and a leg means very expensive, very costly. I would say this shirt cost an arm and a leg means this shirt is very expensive. Because, like, if you think about it, our body parts, especially ourselves, are priceless. No money can buy ourselves, right? So that's why we say cost an arm and a leg means very expensive. Next, hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail on the head. It does not mean that you hit a nail on your head. It means that you say something exactly right and hit the nail on the head. Very accurate. If you answer something right, your teacher might told you, "Wow, you hit the nail on the head." Means that you have achieved it. You say it exactly right. Hit the nail on the head. Next, this one might sound a little tricky to guess the meaning. Is kill two birds with one stone. What does it mean to kill two birds with one stone? It means that when you do something, it actually results in twice as much. So, for example, when I do my homework, it results in that I both accomplish my homework and my teacher like is proud of me. So basically it means that you do something and it results in twice as much of what you did. So, kill two birds with one stone. Next idiom, in the same boat. Well, in the same boat will actually varied in meaning in different contexts. If you actually say that we are in the same boat right now, it could means that you guys are actually in the same boat. Or in idioms, it can mean that you guys are in the same situations, problems that needs to be solved. In the same boat can means that maybe you and your friends or two-person or more are in the same situations that needs to be solved and needs to be done. Next idiom, bite the bullet. Bite the bullet means that face a difficult situation. I am biting the bullet right now as I haven't done my homework. Means that I'm facing a difficult situation because I haven't done my homework. My teacher's going to be so angry with me. Bite the bullet means facing a difficult situation. Now, the opposite of bite a bullet is dodge a bullet. Dodge a bullet means avoid something bad or dangerous. You know, when you say, like, when you want to avoid something dangerous, for example, I dodged the bullet by walking in the old lane. Means that you avoid something dangerous by walking in the old lane instead of walking in the new lane. So, dodge the bullet. Next one, let the cat out of the bag. And this one is funny because nobody let the cat out of the bag. Actually, it means that you reveal a secret. For example, you have a secret and you want to tell someone. You'll say, "Now I will let the cat out the bag and reveal my secret." You want to reveal your secret to someone else. So, reveal secrets means let the cat out of the bag. Very funny. Next idioms is cut to the chase. Cut to the chase means straight to the point. Instead of saying something's like not to the point, out of topic, off topic, you'll say, "Man, just cut to the chase. Like, man, just be direct, say it. Stop being off topic. So, cut to the chase. Next idiom is once in a blue moon. Means not very often, very rare. Something very rare. For example, I go fishing once in a blue moon. Is that I don't usually go fishing, I rarely goes fishing. So once in a blue moon. Next idiom is under the weather. Under the weather means that you're not feeling well. For example, I'm feeling under the weather means I'm sick, I'm not feeling well. Next idiom is a blessing in disguise. It has an idiom both in Vietnamese too. It means that in some bad things, there will always be a blessing. For example, when you fail your math test, there will be a blessing is that you'll have to learn it better, and next time maybe you'll have the courage to actually ace your math test. So you will say you will use the term a blessing in disguise. In the bad thing, there will always be a blessing. All right, next idiom is break a bank. This is actually similar to cost an arm and a leg, which is very expensive. I'm breaking a bank by buying this outfit for tonight's show. Is that you have spent all of your money to buy this outfit for tonight, like for tonight's show, which means your outfit is pretty expensive, and you will use the term break a bank, which has pretty similar meanings to cost an arm and a leg. Break a bank. Next off is don't count your chickens before they hatch. Well, you can understand this in the original meanings is that before an egg hatch, don't count it before they actually hatch. And another meaning in idioms, it means that don't be sure of something until it actually happened. So, for example, you always second guess yourself that you will ace this test, and nobody is going to get the higher score than you. You are sure of that. But in results, somebody has a higher score than you, and you just get sad about it. So, don't count your chickens before they hatch means that never be sure of something before it actually happened. Next idiom, go the extra mile, means do something beyond expectation. You try hard, and that result in good marks. Maybe your parents are proud of you. So, go the extra mile is do something beyond expectation. I went the extra mile by doing the second homework that my teacher gave me. Next idiom, make a long story short. You often heard the term like long story short, I married a guy. Like you try to say something and you summarize it in all story. For example, that story is pretty long, but you have summarized it into a shorter story. So you use the term make a long story short is memorize, like summarize something. Make a long story short. Next is up in the air. Sorry, my voice sometimes is like this. Let's drink a little bit water. Yeah, like the reason that my voice are sometimes like this is that when I speak too much and I don't have enough air inside my lungs anymore. So that's why drinking enough waters is also very beneficial when talking in English, like when speaking English. So, up in the air means feel confused. You're so confused. For example, I'm up in the air right now because I don't know what's going on. Like maybe you just went back home and your sisters are fighting and you have no idea what's going on. So you are up in the air. Feel confused. Next idiom is very common. Don't judge a book by its cover. Means that never judge someone based on how they look or based on their outfits. For example, you first met someone and they dress not very presentable and you judge them. So, someone might use the idiom, never judge a book by its cover or don't judge a book by its cover, means that never judge someone based on how they look and how they dressed. And our final idioms for today is jump a gun. Jump a gun means a quick decision. You made a pretty quick decision. So, jump a gun, a quick decision. So today we have learned quite a lot of common idioms in daily life conversations. So I hope you found this video useful. I personally found this pretty useful because by making this video, I've actually learned a lot of phrases and a lot of new knowledge as well. So enjoy learning. Happy learning, everyone.